Mike's disappearance?
On the morning of December 16, in the year 2000, Jerry Michael Williams went on a duck hunting trip. He went to Lake Seminole, which
I'm gonna keep it real. Are you guys ready for this? I don't mind being the fucking heel of Twitch when so many streamers have shown their asses about how they, behave in matters like this. Ego Andy? I mean, I think so. Let's watch this. Mike's disappearance.
which is about 100 kilometers away from his home in Tallahassee. The plan was to go for a hunting trip in the morning and then come back to celebrate his anniversary with his wife Denise Williams later in the evening. However, Mike Williams never returned from his trip. A search party was sent out and Mike's Ford Bronco was found near the lake. The next day, his boat was found in the water. The search continued for weeks, but there was no sign of Mike. The general consensus was that it was likely some sort of boating accident. Some even theorized that Mike may have been eaten by alligators. Regardless, the case had gone cold. Before continuing, it's important to note that Mike Williams had met Denise in high school. They were friends of another young couple, Brian Winchester and Catherine Thomas. As a group of four, they would go out to watch movies together, eat together, and go on double dates often. They were young, in love, and enjoying life. Years down the line after college, the couples get married and they even have their first child around the same time. Mike is now making approximately $200,000 USD annually in a successful real estate career. However, his marriage with Denise is not going well.
For the record, I'll just say this much. I think Twitch has grown a lot, both in size over the course of the past couple of years. And I think a lot of streamers do not actually still represent the same values that they once held on to. So, it's a part of the growing pains. Maybe I'm being too charitable, but I do legitimately believe that, people are not the same as they were many, many years ago. And that is like pretty much every single fucking streamer falls into that category. Change takes a long fucking time. You can say it's because, their on-camera presence, like because their money might be under question or whatever the fuck. But like anyone who's been on this goddamn platform since like 2015, 2014 knows that all of the fucking top streamers now used to be way different back then. And I celebrate that as change. Okay. I think that that's good change. It's positive. Except for Mitch Jones. It seems like he's kind of the same. But other than that,
she has complaints of him working too much and she no longer feels attracted to him. In the Winchester household, there is a similar story. Brian and Catherine are not getting along. During one night, the two couples were out and engaging in friendly banter. Denise and Brian start developing an attraction for one another. This resulted in the two meeting in hotels, taking trips together, and everything in between. This was all done in secrecy, and on paper, Denise was still married to Mike, while Brian was still married to Catherine. This continued for years, and Denise now wanted Brian as her husband. But there was one problem. Denise was raised in a very traditional family, and appearances meant the world to her. Therefore, a divorce with Mike was out of the question. She also did not want to go through the hassle of sharing custody of their child. Denise and Brian discussed how they could make things work. They came up with the idea to kill Mike, but have it look like
oh my god, I was
Mike
joking.
And Brian already went on hunting trips together, where they would be completely alone on a boat. So it was very plausible to carry out the act during one of these trips and make it look like a boating accident. The plan was for Brian to take Mike into a deep part of the lake and then push Mike off while Mike had his waders on. This plan satisfied Denise because it meant that Mike would likely drown, but he at least had a chance to survive. If they were going to do this, it would also make sense to think about life insurance. After all, Brian happened to sell life insurance policies as part of his job. Mike already had 2 life insurance policies totaling $750,000. With help convincing Mike from Denise, Brian signed Mike up for an additional $1 million policy. The 3 policies totaled $1.75 million.
Classic. Fucking classic, bro. Literally every single time someone's like, oh yeah, let's go murder someone, they literally always have to get a fucking additional life. You see, what happened is, if you want to be a good murderer, what you got to do is Know your limits, okay? It's enough that you're doing the murder. You don't have to like also take another million off of that murder, you know? You fell into the rookie hole.
And the sole beneficiary was Denise Williams. 5 years after Mike's mysterious disappearance, Denise Williams and Brian Winchester get married. This raises suspicion. Law enforcement had asked Denise about Brian immediately after Mike's disappearance, but Denise said that Brian was definitely not responsible. Denise asserted that Brian was gentle and was not even capable of such a horrific act. Law enforcement dig a little deeper and find
that he's really hot and gentle and sexy.
That Denise filed the life insurance claim for the $1.75 million.
And I got a life insurance claim from
days after Mike went missing, while the search was still active. Despite these suspicions, there is no way for detectives to move forward. Denise does not agree to questioning without her lawyer present and avoids detectives. Denise did very well to avoid law enforcement for years, until August 5 of 2016, which is approximately 16 years after Mike's death. This is Denise Williams. In a remarkable turn of events, she voluntarily came to the police. She says that earlier in the morning, she got in her car to go to work and Brian was hiding in the back seat and waiting for her with a gun. What we are about to witness is one of the most intriguing interrogations available in the public domain.
What?
These interrogation rooms have the capability to broadcast footage live. In another room, all of the investigators that have been involved with the disappearance of Mike Williams are watching Denise's every move because they are intrigued to uncover why she is finally choosing to interact with them.
By the way, how the fuck were they completely unable to uncover this when she did literally everything to just be like, I did the murder and I planned it? They took out life insurance. She literally filed the claim on the life insurance like while they didn't know if he was missing or dead. Absolute like brain dead cop shit, dude. It's crazy.
God. Usually get stuff in there, so I'm here now.
I know Mike Phillips real well. Does he work here?
Mike.
Florida cops have been taking L's in perpetuity by white women. White women are so OP against Florida detectives, it's not even funny.
Phillips led an investigation into the disappearance of Mike Williams 16 years ago. Denise asks this question to inquire if she may be asked about the disappearance of her ex-husband. The officer, while fully aware of who Mike Phillips is and his prior investigation, will act like he has no idea who Denise is talking about.
Mike Phillips.
Or is he not sure? I always get my confused.
It was a Ted Phillips. All right, what's your name?
Denise.
Just give me a rundown on what happened today.
We're almost in the 4th year of our separation and divorce. I'll just tell you about what happened today. Okay. So I go out to my car to go to work. I work at FSU. I was calling my sister, and this person starts climbing out of the very back, and I couldn't tell at first who it was, but then immediately I knew who it was. But I was screaming in the phone, help me. I didn't know if she had picked up yet or not. So I was screaming, help me, and then he grabbed the phone. So I don't know if he turned it off. I don't know how. I never saw the phone again. But he was up and grabbing me, and he pulled my face pretty hard, and he goes, he's cussing, you will turn here, you will turn here, blah, blah, blah. And I kept going straight. So then he goes, I'm going to effing hurt you if you turn here. And I kept going straight again. And I turned around and I go, what do you mean hurt me? And
okay, the moral of the story is if you're complicit in a murder with someone, you can't get divorced. That is holy matrimony. That's eternal. Like if you did a murder together with your partner, with your new partner, you literally can't get divorced. Like it's GG's,
He pulled out a gun, like a gun, not a hunting gun, but like a gun that he would kill someone with. And he put it right here in my ribs. He put it right here. And he goes, with this. And he pressed it in there. You will turn. Well, I kept, in my head, I was like, I'm making it to CVS because that's our CVS. And I was just like, I'm making it to CVS. So he put it right there. He was screaming, and so I didn't know if I should go in the ditch. Like, I didn't know what to do, and but I kept driving. So anyway,
Where was he when this happened?
where was he?
Did he
Yeah, he was over. Yeah, he climbed out from the back. It's two, and then a back, and then the seat, and then a back. So he was in the back, I guess, hiding. And then when he came out, he came up to right behind me. So like I'm driving, and he's right here.
Chatters don't understand. He said a hunting gun, you know, not for murdering. In Florida, they think hunting guns are healing. Okay? It's Florida. Who knows what she means? The Florida perk is spawning with a weapon. It's a Florida perk. It's a PvP unlock zone in America. So one of the perks is even if you're like level 1 and you're minus fucking 50 intelligence, your perk is that it's one of the first regions where level 1 Floridians actually come with an actual weapon.
And then the gun's right here, so he's right here.
Did you see what the gun looked like? Like what color it was, or?
I mean, it was dark, but it was like a handgun, I guess.
Okay.
But it was dark.
Dark colored?
Yeah. But he, but anyway, so then I pulled into CVS, and he was like, turn here, because CVS has like back parking, and he took the wheel and was trying to force it to turn, and I don't know how, but I just like took the wheel back. I mean, and for us, the fact that we didn't wreck was unbelievable, and I took it back, and I parked right at the front door in the spot that was right against the grass, so like the camera's right there, like I knew because I go there all the time that there are cameras there, so I parked right there at the front. And so we pulled in, and he said, and he kept saying, I just want to talk to you, because he's been emailing me, you know, texting me. I blocked him off everything, trying to get me to stop the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk to you. And I turned around and I go, I will talk to you from right here, because he was trying to get me to move the car. I will talk to you from right here, and that's it.
So he wanted you to get in the back with him?
Yeah, so then he wanted me to get in the back, and I said, no, I'll sit in this seat, and I was in the driver's seat the whole time. And so he was mad, but he held on to the seatbelt, because I had already buckled myself in from the beginning. And so he held on to the red buckle right here. So he's like in this seat, but he's leaned forward, holding the seatbelt together so I can't get out, because I had pictured that I was going to just get out and go running, screaming into CVS. That's what I thought in my head. But he held me, and I couldn't. I'm not sure where the gun was at that point, but he was holding it tight. And then he locked the doors. And then I said, I'll talk to you from right here. Well, he held the seatbelt for quite a while as he's screaming, and I'm just like shaking, and he's telling me to stop crying, that people are going to notice, because people were coming in and out the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's telling so many. She's oversharing, which is the right thing to do in this situation, obviously, but like so many details that it's like almost suspicious now. It's too specific.
And one lady, she looked at me, and I was just like, I was going to say help, but then I was too scared. So he kept holding it. Well, finally, he just kept saying, I just want to talk to you. Talk to me. I just want to talk to you. So then I was just like, what do you want to talk about? I want to talk about the divorce, blah, blah. And so as he started talking and asking me to call the divorce off, he eased back, and he ended up sitting in that seat. You know,
that's a successful strategy. One successful strategy of avoiding divorce court is by threatening your wife with a handgun to ensure that the divorce papers are never filed.
No, he stayed in the seat behind. So
Okay.
he was in this seat, and I was right here, so I could turn and see him. And he held the gun the whole time.
So he was on the passenger side?
The back passenger, and he held the gun between his legs the whole time. So that's why I didn't want to yell to the lady or anything, because it was right there. We were probably there, I mean, for like, it felt, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So if their cameras do work, I mean, they'll see the whole thing. And so he said, I've lost my son, I've lost you, I have nothing to live for. And I was like, well, Brian, you're the only one who can change. This is a side note, but his son left him because the son is 17 now, went through his phone, Brian's phone, and found out that he's been seeing prostitutes. They found the website. They know the girls have been in the house where my stepson was living.
Take note of the fact that Denise is under extreme duress during this moment, not only because of what just happened that morning, but because she has been deliberately avoiding law enforcement for the last 16 years. Coming to the police station was no easy decision for Denise, but her fear of death on this day trumped her fear of getting caught for the disappearance of her ex-husband. Denise has already demonstrated to us her ability to act rationally under pressure through her narration of how she managed to drive to a public area where she knows there are security cameras despite being threatened with her life. Now, she is strategically setting up the degradation of Brian's character to sway law enforcement into siding with her.
And that they've been doing drugs because there's a text about drugs back and forth. And Stafford, my stepson, took pictures of all the texts from Brian's phone. He took pictures of everything he found in the house. So that's all, we have proof of all that. And so I just kept saying, you've got to stop living that way. You've got, you could get us all back if you'll just turn your life around, because he was a Christian at one point. And I was like, if you'll just turn back to the Lord. So the whole time I'm turned this way, I'm buckled in, but he's calm, he's calming down. I said, let's go to your dad's office and talk to him. I said, I don't want you arrested. I just want to get past this. This can be your rock bottom. So I ended up convincing him, we're gonna talk to your dad. We're gonna get through this. We, and I kept saying we. He called his dad, put his dad on speaker, and I didn't yell out because the gun was right there. But he said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm going to a meeting at 11. And Brian said, well, call me when you get out. I need to talk to you. And he said, okay. So I didn't yell out. I didn't say anything. And he hung up. And I said, Brian, let me go to work. Let me go to work, show my face. People are going to wonder where I'm at. You call me at work, and then I'll come out and meet with you and your dad. I will not call the police. I promise. I promised a million times that I wouldn't call the police. So then he went from the seat to the back row and put his knees there and started pulling stuff out of the back and shoving it into a backpack. And I saw sheets, I want to say plastic, maybe it was plastic, I don't know, but it was maybe a sheet and a plastic something, I don't know, but it was fabric looking. And he shoved all that in the backpack. Then he had a bottle, which it was like, those old timey bleach bottles that are like white with the sprayer thing, a huge one.
It was like a spray thing?
Yeah.
Getting ready for a murder.
Put that in the backpack, and then something else. And when I saw the bleach, I was like, oh my God, like I just kind of lost, in my head, I kind of lost it. And so it was something else, like a tool or something, not a hammer, but something like that. I don't know. And then he shoved that in the backpack, and then I said, Brian, where's the gun? I don't want the gun anywhere near me. Where's the gun? It's right here. It was on the floor at that point, I guess because he knocked it or something, I don't know. But he picked it up, and he put it in the backpack, and he zipped the backpack up. And then he opened up a little zipper of the front backpack, took his keys out, and then he starts crying. What have I done? What have I done? It's too late for us. And I know it's not. I'll just let me go to work, and I'll meet you later. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. And then he opened the door himself, and I never turned the car off or anything when we read that part. And he got out, and he shut the door, and he said, I'm so sorry, and was crying. And I said, I know. And he turned right to head north. And then I went on. So
Denise has just described a fairly simple case of armed kidnapping. If the surveillance footage is congruent with her story, it would be a relatively straightforward process to convict Brian of an armed kidnapping felony, of which the minimum term of imprisonment is 10 years in the state of Florida. What's fascinating is the audacity of Denise to voluntarily attempt to imprison Brian, despite knowing that Brian could retaliate and confess to Denise's involvement in Mike's disappearance 16 years ago. Denise's arrogance is leading her to believe that she could get away with anything because she successfully got away with a marital affair, a murder, life insurance claims fraud, and now she's taking it one step further.
What the fuck? Wait. I mean, she thought, first of all, she thought she was going to get away with it because she's a white woman in Florida. And secondly, I don't understand why he said he thought he was going to, I don't know why he said he thought, she got arrogant. What the fuck was she supposed to do? She did the smart thing. Yeah, she got away. And if she hadn't like gone to the police, he's gonna come back and kill her.
And supposedly he was going to his office.
Where's his office at?
But all he wanted was to talk to me, for me to call the divorce off. And intermittently he would say he was going to kill himself. A lot he said that. Because I was like, are you planning on ending both of our lives? Like as he got calmer at CBS, I said, are you planning on, ending both of our lives today? Well, mine. I'm planning on mine. And then he would say, I want to kill myself. He must have said a million times, I want to kill myself. I've lost everything. I reached back a couple of times at CBS and would like touch his knee. Like when I could tell that he was getting calmer, I was like, I know. Like, so the video will probably show that. I mean, if there is one. I'm trying to think of anything else. He said he was going to kill himself. I didn't know if I didn't plan on coming here because I wanted to follow through with what I said. I wanted to talk with Marcus. Brian also promised he would tell his dad everything and he would go away to rehab. He's supposedly being treated for sex addiction. So he said he would go away to rehab. I was going to follow through with that because this is going to make him really mad.
Chatter said, she's so calm in her recollection. She must be so strong. She's a murderer. And perhaps definitely sociopathic. Some of you see white women tears. You make fun of Florida cops, but then you see white women tears and you go, oh my God, what a fucking girl boss. What an absolute girl boss. I mean, brave.
And so I called Deborah, my sister made me call her husband, who's a policeman. And he said, you have to turn him in. But I've already told you everything, but I still don't know if it's the right thing to do because
What a fucking girl boss she
it's
is.
going to make him so mad. And then you guys, I can't have a 24-hour policeman with me. And he's going to, wherever, if he gets arrested, if he doesn't, he's going to be free at some point. I have a daughter. I mean, it's not his daughter, but I don't know.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll step out to see if I need anything else. Do you need anything right now? Or?
No, I'm thinking no. There's anything else.
What the fuck? What is that, Seer?
One of the things like
Why is Seer interviewing XQC in this Florida fucking what? This is crazy. This is a dramatic recreation executed by two actors who happen to be Twitch streamers, Seer and XQC Overwatch.
okay. My first suggestion, one of the things that comes to mind right now is when we finish here, there's still some things that have to be done. File for an injunction. I'll accompany you. We'll go to the courthouse. You can file for an injunction. Okay.
I'm just going to make notes in my phone.
Absolutely. Here, if you want, I can, whichever you prefer. So most people use their phones nowadays, but sometimes it's helpful to write it down. And if you want a piece of paper.
What does that mean, file an injunction?
An injunction is an order of protection. It's like a restraining order, and it's going to prohibit him from having any contact with you.
The process of filing for an injunction
This shit
against
sucks.
Brian is described in detail to Denise. Things are going well for Denise from her perspective. Everyone she's speaking to seems sympathetic and helpful. This is helping to lower Denise's guard to set up a confrontation with detectives about the disappearance of Mike Williams. If the confrontation comes as a surprise,
I love that the detectives held on to this for 16 years, by the way. Like they were like so that must mean they actually knew and we're like, we have nothing. Like we have no evidence. Like, because it's so suspicious that they must have known and kept it in their back pocket for 16 fucking years because they were like, she did it. Right? And finally, this is their opportunity. They're like, oh, you're fucking done.
to Denise. Her response may be
it's called the
easier to
rookie trap
assess in
defense.
comparison to a prepared rebuttal.
If it did get approved today, would he be served today?
If they can locate him,
Okay.
absolutely. It would be a priority,
Okay.
yes, as soon as possible.
Okay.
That's the goal there. Because it'll go into effect immediately once he's served with those papers. Any contact from there is going to be a violation of that injunction that you can report, and he can be charged with, depending, of course, the follow up there. But that injunction is going to work to protect you. It's going to no contact by phone, email, certainly not in person, no third party contact, nothing of that.
The victim advocate gives more advice on steps Denise can take to stay safe and the availability of a safe shelter if she were to ever need it.
So let me step out and see if I can solve anything.
They mentioned anything to you about processing your vehicle where this all occurred?
What does that mean?
That evidence where, we can put it together to.
And my car's right out front.
Right. What I need from you, I just need your okay to do that is all. Yes, ma'am.
That's fine.
Processing the car is standard procedure, and it refers to collecting any relevant evidence from the car, such as DNA evidence, to prove that Brian was there. Even though the police are planning to obtain as much information as possible about what happened to Mike, they still must abide by protocol to make sure Denise's allegation is adequately addressed. At this point, the police
She
know
took a
everything
fucking
they need-
L, and then the cops very quickly turned her L into a W. Like, they were like, oh, you got fucking, you almost got murdered. So what are we going to do? We're going to take your murder charge, your kidnapping charge, and we're going to turn it into a W for us on our separate investigation that we're conducting. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break here because every Turkish person in the chat, if I don't address this, is going to fucking die from an aneurysm. Amouranth, okay, the most significant Turkish streamer of all time, is apparently learning how to play Valorant with some other Turkish streamers. Literally all the Turks that are watching with one hand right now were having an aneurysm.
All right.
Böyle olacağını hiç tahmin etmemiştim ben.
Böyle olacağını hiç tahmin etmemiştim.
Gireceğiz atış.
Oh no. I switch them out. We want to keep vandals.
Vandals bitter.
Oh, vandals better.
Vandals
Okay.
bitter.
Press escape, press
G,
escape, you can,
G button, pardon bu yanlış anlaşılabilir.
Press
G'ye
escape.
basınca,
you can make
G
your
değil, kanka bu çok yanlış anlaşılabilir. Bir çevirsenize.
In
Kim bunlar abi?
General
G'ye
one.
basınca şimdi
Mouse
G button
setting.
falan dedi.
Mouse
G'ye
settings.
basınca şey değişiyor ya.
G sensitivity settings right there.
What is best, do you think?
This is so much for you.
It is a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Lower.
Yeah, it is a lot. Amına
Lower?
koyayım. Abi yanlış anlayacaklar G dersem ya.
Okay.
Cızırtı geliyor.
Nerede
Kendine göre de oğlum, kendine göre de.
Belki
Kendine
bir-
göre.
Bilmiyor ki hayatında
You
oynamamış
can
ki.
change by yourself. If you feel comfortable in this sensitivity, that's okay for you.
Dediğini yapsın.
Okay.
Yourself. You're okay.
All right.
Hepiniz İngilizceyi söylüyorsunuz.
Yeah.
Kendi is a little bit jealous right now because he can't speak English like us.
Sana dedi ki Kemal kıskanır.
Bana hep gülüyor oğlum ya.
Bak. Seni çok kışıyor oğlum bunlar Kemo.
Kemal ben seni biliyorum. Kafayı yersin Kemal.
Hasan abi hoş geldin.
Okay. Okay.
Hoş bulduk abi, hoş bulduk.
Now what is
Nasıl abi?
this section?
Ay amına koyayım.
Head inside
Abazalar.
Go to yellow
Go
circle.
to the-
Yellow circle? Okay.
Abaza takımı amına koyayım. Abaza takımı. Helal olsun. En azından kendi aranızda konuşabiliyorsunuz yani.
They'll despawn quickly, so see how many you can get
This is
before the
just
timer
tutorial
runs
game.
out.
Okay.
Just learn. Try.
Chat, abaza means pervert
Right.
in Turkish.
You can.
It
Oh.
means horny.
Kill the
Sure.
boss.
Oh, they disappear so fast.
Yeah.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Abaza.
This is just tutorial. No
It
problem.
means horny.
You're
Oğlum,
not bad. Abazaya çıktı. Amına koydum
Ya
çocukları.
Van.
Adamı da abazaya çıktı.
Van.
In the head, they die more easy.
Abi ne oldu, yine rezil oldu ya. Vallahi doğru söylemek gerekirse aslında düzgün öğretiyorlar yani. Bir bok yaptıkları da yok. Ben sadece taşak geçiyorum. Hak etmiyorlar aslında bu taşağı.
Bir yazın bakayım. Lan yapma.
Hi guys bro.
Hi guys.
Not bad.
Is that
All right,
It's a great score,
drag
I
down
guess.
that waypoint.
Okay.
That's a great score. Siktir lan.
Using your abilities.
Abi çok iyi.
Bir şey diyeceğim.
Abla çok iyi. Dünya ahiret bacımızsın. Uzayda görsem acımam.
But
Hadi
exit
oradan
here.
gel noktası diyorsun.
Hasan abi şu an izliyorsa eğer Şöyle söyleyeyim adamlar dili söktü 15 dakikada. Serverlara girdim ben bunlarla. RP soru bunlar dil
He said,
bilmiyor da.
he said, if Hasanabi is watching right now, I'll tell you right now,
Your
in
son's
15
watching?
minutes,
Is he? This is my first time trying Valorant.
Hasan is also watching Valorant.
he said they learned how to speak English in 15 minutes.
Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Kazanacağım.
Every agent's abilities
Oh, where
are
am I?
different.
Okay, okay.
See
all
what
right.
your
Yeah,
bow
yeah.
does by shooting that wall.
Press E.
Baba nereye gidiyor bu yayın? Oğlum bu kadar mı yeni
İyi mi?
başlamış? Yürümeyi öğretiyorsunuz ya.
They were like, what are we teaching her? We're
Can
teaching
Hasan
her how
help
to
me after? They go
fucking
play one game
walk.
with me.
Hasan abi gel Allah aşkına bizi kurtar.
He said, come save us.
Abi gözünü seveyim nasıl?
Oh, that's good.
Take them out one by one.
Kill bots, kill bots. Rezil duruyordum ya. Ya nice.
Rezil etme Kemal'i.
Up ahead is a device called the spike.
Spike?
Enemy steals our radio.
Click R,
Attackers
click
try to
R.
plant at a key site.
Site kolayında da destekliyoruz abi seni.
Oh, is
Practice
this,
taking the spike to the highlighted
is
site.
this the spike?
I
have the spike.
I have the spike now.
Yeah.
Can you please press R on your keyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Keyboard dedi adam.
Okay, I should reload. You're right.
Ben de
It's good.
söyledim.
Yeah,
Helal
to-
olsun Sercan.
Yeah.
Top secret. All
Keyboard.
Like over there. Walkway to the enemy site.
O site.
Is this the walkway?
again.
Okay.
Nothing just another.
Yere bakarak
Okay.
Telaffuz yok ya Türkçe. Ne demek abi? Adamlar var ya böyle konuşuyorlar.
Yeah, 4.
Helal olsun.
Okay. And then plus 4.
Helal olsun hepsine.
Ayberk abone yerine bakamıyorum
Ayber
ki.
sen de
Ne bu? Discord'a gel abi diyorlar. They want me to join the Discord.
I'll send in some bots. You take cover in the boathouse behind you and defend that spike.
Vallahi korkmaya başladım şu yayının gidişatından ya.
Use your skill, Amouranth.
Koyacağım şimdi yumruğu buna.
What?
Pardon ama sorry.
Oh god!
Enemies, you got that. Enemies gonna rush to you. You have to defend the bomb. You have to defend the bomb.
What do I do with it? Ah! I'm charging!
Revealing area.
Aha.
Ah!
No, no.
Ah! What do I do with the spike?
Great job.
If you take
Ah!
shoot your sonar bolt at the target
Nice
so
job.
as to
Ah, it's gonna
reveal
explode!
Ne oldu?
What do I do with it?
Bağırma dedi kız.
Oh, is it
No, you
okay?
have to go away. You have to go away from the bomb.
Oh, okay.
Go away, go away. You are gonna. Yeah, you are
Oh,
gonna
do I
die.
go up there? Oh,
Go to
oh,
stairs. Yeah, go to stairs. Go
oh. Oh,
to
okay,
stairs.
go upstairs, upstairs.
Go
Alright.
to top secret room.
Okay, okay.
On your left.
Top
Sen-
secret.
sen Allah'ın belanı versin. Bana böyle öğrettin.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Ah!
Ammo is everything for me.
Ah!
good to go. You can always head back to the range. There's different guns and abilities.
Looks like your gameplay, bro. Fuck off, dude. My gameplay is way better, dude. Come on. It's so funny because I bet all those dudes are cracked too. Like the ones that are teaching Amouranth are so good, but they're so horny at the same time. You know what I mean? It's just like they're trying to literally do the impossible, okay? Abi yeterince kan yok abi. Her yere gitmiyor.
Senin sevgilin var yavşak bak.
Ooh, she's
He said you have a girlfriend, you fucking piece of shit. What do you mean better, better?
Do I need to... What do I do now?
They're shitting on each other for sucking up to her.
Global.
Okay.
Emo.
Yeah.
Ama ya.
Click
Show,
play.
show ID, nickname.
Abicim Müslüman değilse ben girmem bu arada aynı takımda olmam abi.
Okay.
He said if she's not Muslim, then I won't play on the same team as her. Is a joke.
Ya konuşuyorsun ya o ağzına.
Okay.
Sikeyim ağzını.
Çevirme amına koyayım. Turk.
Şey
She's joking. It's a joke. I mean, he's
I don't
joking.
even
It's a
know what my
joke.
name is.
Also, when I say that, all the Turks get mad and go. All the Turks get mad and go, "Don't translate. Don't translate the jokes." Amouranth Türk, Müslüman. Abicim dünya ahiret bacımız diyorum. Anlamıyorsunuz.
Hasan abi sizden utanıyor şu an.
Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Girdiğiniz striplerden. Hasan abi övüyor bu arada şu an.
Kazanacağım.
How do I accept friend requests? Or what?
Etiketini Jirox.
Hasan abi biraz daha geçe konuşur musun?
Abi, I love that they keep coming in here and saying I'm embarrassing them for revealing what they're doing, by the way. Motherfucker, ulan siz utandırıyorsunuz amına koyayım. Ne yapayım? Translate ettiğim için ben mi utandırıyorum? Yapma o zaman. Abi utandırıyoruz. Oha. Oha, the entirety of the Turkish government is trying to fucking befriend Amouranth.
Or our viewers.
Okay.
Yeah. If you wanna add someone
Bak dallamalara hayvan oğlu hayvanlar bak. Ay, inanamıyorum abi.
You see this search button?
Oh yes,
You
yes,
search-
yes.
Yeah. If you
Jirox, Hasan abi
write
diyor ki.
LPG.
Look at this. Look at the friend request, dude. It's like
LPG.
Type it in Discord. Let me see.
Yeah, of
Is
course.
there somewhere
Can
to
you add
type it?
that?
Sercan, şunu söyleyeyim kardeşim. Gerçekten tüm global olarak Twitch'te amolog olarak tanındın artık.
Send it to my DM.
I send you.
Büyük bir amolog oldu.
Farkında mısınız bilmiyorum ama listesine sadece ben ekleyeyim.
Emo, you sent message.
literally, they're never gonna stop. Every Turk that's watching right now is like, oh, bacımız. I will carry. Amouranth carry. I carry. Türkler öğrenin bak, bu lafı öğrenin. Amouranth, I will carry.
Hold on.
Did you see my name?
Jirox,
Which name is it? Am I looking for?
Amolog
Sercan
means pussy logic.
sen
Oh,
burayı çevirme,
that's a
Aykut.
new
Can you say that
term.
again in English?
Yo, I've never heard amolog before. Is pussy, and it's like this is a new term that I didn't even know about. Like this is from back in the day. Like I was not around when this new slang came out. You know what I mean? So they're saying we're all like doing the pussy logic. Like our logic is broken by pussy. Psikolog amolog.
Can you invite Ofya to your
Kemal yer kalmadı ya.
invite Ofya?
Solo, hoş geldin.
Kemal yer kalmadı sana.
Hit the arrow to the right.
Oyunu buglanmış kanka çevrim.
Okay, tell me when you see your name.
Kemal'e yer kalmamıştı.
Click
Some-
right click Ofya.
Türkçe slang de fena abi.
Katılsın direkt.
Right click.
Ofya.
Yeah, yeah.
Friendly.
Kemal.
You're thinking with your dick.
İngilizce var. Az önce amologu açıkladı chatine.
Join party.
Join
They're
party.
outing me
Okay,
for
okay.
explaining what amolog means.
You're welcome. Thank you so
System
much.
unable to
Hasan abi
join.
Türk
They're
amına koyayım.
fucking joke.
Bana saatini
I can't join because they're in a game.
Muhabbetimizi
I think
siktin
maybe.
attın
I don't know. In a custom party.
Abi burayı çevirme ha.
It says the
He's
party
like,
doesn't
don't
exist.
translate this part.
Kanka oyunu buglanmış.
Close the game and open a game please.
Close the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
game. Yeah, open a game please.
Yes.
Restart it.
Tolunay sen de bu saatten sonra nickini...
Türkler biliyorsunuz ben Amouranth'la takıldım ha, haberiniz olsun. Benim eme bile geldi daha önce. Twitch stream yaptık beraber. Biliyor muydunuz lan?
Evli barklı kadınım lan yarram.
Peki
Ne işin var burada?
Oh, they're in a different
Kendini
region.
Amerika'ya
Can I
gidiyor
join EU server? How do I join the EU server?
Kıza aç kapa düzeltir çektiler.
It might be the region.
Çevirseniz oğlum bana. Region ne
Aa,
diyor?
Yeah, yes you can.
Çevirsiniz oğlum bana region ne diyor? He's like translate for me. I don't know what she's saying. Region.
Acarkent, Beykoz.
Adres verme.
Nereye diyor kanka? Konumu istedim.
Adres verme. Adresi sormadı kadın. Dünden razısın adres vermeye.
Lan ne alakası var şurada?
We
Allah
will
Allah.
choose the server. Ulan böyle bir şans.
Ananı sikeyim, bedava abone oldum var. Sandım abone oldum, prim aboneliğimmiş. Amına koyayım. Bro, her entire chat is going crazy.
Abi Allah aşkına. Ali kime ekledi? Hanginizi ekledi?
kanka beni ekledi davet ettim gelmiyor.
Can you accept invite?
Yes.
I'm assuming she doesn't speak Turkish but does understand it. No, man. No, it's a meme. Amouranth has a outsized Turkish community because porn is banned in Turkey. Okay? So it's always been a meme that I've also played a role in, advancing. Saying that, like, she's the number one Turkish streamer. She's the number one Turkish streamer. Ya rüyalarım daha mantıklı, ortama bak amına koyayım. Okay. Yeah, they're Turkish people are just big fans of Amouranth.
Side of an A.
Bir de çevirmesini bekliyorum. Bir sus bir artık
How do I
be.
get EU account? Do I have to have a VPN?
No.
VPN ihtiyacı yok oğlum. Sağdan
Ne
kabul
VPN'i
ettik
ne
ya.
oluyor amına?
Sağ taraftan kabul
Emo,
ettik.
go to friend list.
Kredi kartının arkalı ünlü fotoğrafı lazım Devalo'ya girmesi için. Baba
Emo,
ne
do you hear
VPN? Üstten seçecek ya Yahudi'ye seçecek.
Did you see the Ofya on your friend?
Oğlum bu Türkler anlamıyor bu arada. Ben bunlara künil fotoğrafını bile öğrettim lan Amerikalılara.
Scroll to the right. Right on your.
Benim komünitem her şeyi biliyor Türkiye ile ilgili. Daha utandıramazsın yani Türkiye'yi benden daha fazla.
Konuşamıyordu.
Künil fotoğrafı, künil. Hani böyle şey götten aldığın zaman askere girmemek için. Çürük çıkartmak için, askere gitmemek için. Pembe tezkere mi diyorlar artık? Eskiden künil fotoğrafı diyorlardı. O yok artık.
Davetimi kabul etmek
Sen abi
çok
ne
kadar zor ya.
Emo, what is the problem?
Yo,
Hasan
Emo,
abi gelecek
can
misin?
you
I don't see a
Çok davet var
request.
kanka ondan olabilir
Let me
bak.
see.
Sen bir
50 tane
tezkere
davet var.
anlatıyor oğlum.
görmüyor diyor.
Emo, do you hear me?
Görmüyor
Yeah.
diyor.
Join the party.
I can't.
Keşke
join the
tekrar olsaydı.
party. It says party doesn't exist. So
Tekrar
Benim
think,
modlar.
can you try
Benim
inviting
çarı
me?
verelim ya olmadı benim çarı verelim ayıp ediyorsun.
I'm teaching the Turkish people
Benim
about...
modlar. Hasan abiye bir şeyi iletebilir misiniz ya?
Evet dinliyorum.
Seni gidi topal. Seni gidi
Mütedin
topal
canım.
şeyini atsanıza chat'e.
O adama ben bir şey iletebiliyor olsam senle mi takılırım? Sanırım
Ne diyor lan bunlar? No, they're trying to talk to me, but I don't know what
I
they're
think I have to
saying.
have an EU account
Doğru diyoruz bu çocuğu.
to do it, sadly.
Bir dakika. Emo,
Yeah.
please click play. Just
Okay.
click play.
Just click play? Okay.
Hayır şeye bakacağım.
Abi bu Amerikalılar mememiz iyi, çok iyi diyor da bisikten haberleri yok. Evet.
Your custom gain is open but
Kendini müziğe abi beni kurtar.
Ağzını
O kendine müzisyen Allah kurtarsın seni.
En iyi
Yuh!
kurulumlu hesap.
Yaptığınız hareketlere bak. Kim kurtaracak lan sizi?
Hesap atalım vereyim hesabı benim Amazon.
Önceden bir patlayıp girmeniz lazımdı aslında.
Cause your account is
Yeah.
from
NA.
Yeah.
North
Bir
America.
dışarıda sıkıştıracaktın. Ondan sonra girecektiniz Discord'a. Hiçbirini sıkıştırmamışsınız amına koyayım.
check your DM.
Aynen böyle 30 dakika
Which DM?
oyuna bile giremezsiniz amına koyayım ondan sonra.
Discord DM. Okay.
Eline sıkacaksın önce.
Ben hesabını yollayacağım.
Oo.
Versin de bir ekrana görün.
Dolu dolu girerseniz böyle olur işte götünüze girer.
Who's sending me a DM?
I'm gonna send you DM.
Okay.
Okay.
Ay ay.
Abi biz girmedik ki o geldi vallahi
Thank you
ya.
for subs, guys.
Vallahi o geldi.
Appreciate it.
Abi odada
Kendimizi böyle bir
duruyoruz.
şeyin ortasında bulduk.
Discord'da duruyorduk pat diye girdi odaya.
Did
Ne
you see
alaka
my,
amına koyayım adamlar oyun girecekti ayıp olmasın diye bir el girelim.
No.
Ya ayıp olmasın diye bir el girelim dediler kız geldi.
Maybe message requests.
Sure.
Let me check. It could be under message requests.
Yeah.
Which is it
You should
Zirkin?
send me a message from Discord. Click my name on Discord and send a message.
Çavuş tokatlamadan böyle bir şeye girilir mi amına koyayım? Aynen öyle. Bak yapmanız gereken neydi biliyor musun?
Hold on,
Nöbet.
let me go back.
Nöbet.
See,
Bir kişi konuşacak. Diğer herkes nöbet yaparken o bir kişiyi hemen patlatacaklar ondan sonra geri gelecekler.
Ercan Zona me.
Cycle.
Who am I sending a message to? Zirkin?
Yeah. I
Okay.
already sent a message.
Dayı soy ismini
Oh,
seksi
okay.
şey
Yeah,
yapsaydın
yeah.
ya.
It's a message request. That's why. Okay,
Bunlar
I got
bir
it. I
şey-
got it.
Seksi
Abi
yapsaydın.
Nereden geldiğini merak ettim. Oo yazdı.
Cenabet oynayacaktınız amına koyayım.
This is my account.
Osmanlı çemberini anlatmayız yabancılara
Okay.
yapma.
First name is your username.
Yeah, I got it.
Onlar da biliyorlar canım Osmanlı
Okay.
çemberini.
Cool.
Gösterdim
Let
onlara.
me see. So if I close it and reopen
Kim demiş
it-
çılgın bir Amerikalı beyaz çocuk sohbette Türkçe konuşamaz diye. Michael, that's a great translation.
Hesaptan çıkış yapmadan.
Abi join amına koyayım. Yok ben izliyorum. Siz oynayın.
Hesap
Yeah,
paylaşımı mı
that's
yaptınız?
We'll try this.
Open again Valorant because you don't make sign out or exit.
Özelimiz kalmamış. Bu
Okay,
chat
let
her
me
şeyi
try
biliyor.
again.
Oğlum
Yeah,
hepsini
yeah.
anlattım.
Try again.
Adam İngilizceyi çözdü amına koyayım.
They're still making fun of each other for learning how to. They're still making fun of each other for proficiently speaking English and learning how to proficiently speak English in such a short period of time just to be able to speak to
It let me
Amouranth.
on. It worked, I
Bak
think.
sizi artık sikeceğim artık.
Kemal bir şey
Launching now.
konuşuyoruz. Dur. Bir dakika kadın smurfüne giriyor.
Ya global rezil olduk.
FIFA 23 yarın geliyor kanka.
Ben normal aldım ya. Acaba şey bende mi seninkinden? Lan herkes biz dinliyordur.
Abiciğim
Bir dakika Allah aşkına şu an burada.
O kadar aç değil ya. Sadece TR'de eğleniyoruz. Ulan şaka yapıyorum be.
bak gidin.
Onlar da şaka yapıyor, ben de şaka yapıyorum amına koyayım.
Bu işinizi gidin başka yerde halledin.
Sen yolla o zaman kanka.
Yolla abi ben
hadi.
hiçbir şey diyemem.
Okay, it worked.
Biz de çağırmadık kendi geldi.
Global arenada bak delirttirmeyin beni şimdi. ha.
Mark, they're getting mad. They're getting mad. They're like they're making fun of us globally.
Kemal beni karşısına koysanıza.
They're saying we look too horny on global. Like they're making fun of us on global.
Gel.
Abiciğim Elren nerede? Ben nokta attıra kapattıracağım.
I hope that I don't bring down your
Olay çok büyüdü.
ranking.
Limon tayfa lazım bize.
Did you
Click play.
I did. Oh, this one? This one?
friend request? Accept my friend
Aha.
request.
BBL Sercan Zurna. Abi yuh abi.
Ulan hangi yayını izleyeceğiz amına?
Direkt olarak hemen ayrını dayadılar yani.
Okay.
Ercan tüm globalde
It worked.
Emo.
BBL ayı.
amolog olarak tüm globaldesin artık.
BBL ayı, BBL kaplan shadow, Hobbit imo, BBL Ayberk.
This is not a problem.
I don't think we're sharing accounts.
This is so funny, dude. I love this.
Eyvallah Hasan abi biz de seni
Eyvallah Hasan abi,
seviyoruz.
eyvallah.
Hasan abi
beni de okusana ya.
Beni de okusana. Okuyorum amına koyayım koyduğunuz an işte. BBL Baran,
BBL'e bağladım 2 dakikada.
Allah'tan ismim
Kendi Nenes, Ofya, LPG ne abi? LPG diye o takım mı?
I don't want to bring down your
LPG mi?
ranking.
BBL
This is
takım.
okay.
BBL Halil abi.
Okudum.
BBL is the Turkish Valorant team.
Okay,
Ya.
Okay.
We are waiting our team.
Yeah, okay.
No problem. Everything.
BBL isIg Boss Life.
Kemal girmedi. Kemal
Is it a custom game? Okay. Okay.
Abi ben Amouranth'a yayına gidiyorum.
Okay, good. Alright.
Amolog, analog wordplay'den çok am uzmanı olarak geçiyor bu arada. Oo, amolog aslında şey.
Bak
Do I
Okan
just
abi
wait?
yarın
Ha,
hepimizi sikecek.
I
bak.
misunderstood.
Ben
Amolog means you're like a
Şadiyan.
you're like a psychologist of pussy. Like you know how to.
Dolduk taştık lobide amına.
I was wrong. I didn't understand it correctly at first.
Dur bir dakika.
Geldim canım. Efendim?
Seni bekliyoruz.
Kanka,
Böyle
seni
sustukları zaman korkuyorum ne diyecekler.
Kanka sizin var ya sizin Allah belanızı vermesin.
Ulan
ya.
bela
Siz
okuma
de
yarram.
olduğun şu
Biz de olduk.
Amüstad'da Devnir Reis.
Bela okuma lan
Emo.
yarram.
He's opening game.
Bela okuma yarrak.
misafirperverlik diye siktiniz belan bak gece şurada şeyimize bak ya.
Training'e girdi la.
Kim çıkıyor?
Orospu çocukları doldurmuş bir de lobiyi.
Kim çıkıyor?
Hiç fark etmez ama.
Salabilirim abi.
Herkesin içinde burukluk var amına koyayım.
Ben tam gözünüzü yiyeyim.
Ooh, which character do you think is best?
Kendimiz.
Reina is best. Reina.
Reyna?
Which one is the most
Yes,
beautiful?
Reina is best.
Kemal sen gel.
İlk başta WTCN çağırdı. Girmediler. Kız çağırınca girdiler abi. Tabi abazalar.
Karşılıklı bizim karşılıklı olsun. Vuracağım oğlum vuracağım.
Oğlum normalde 5 adam bulmak zor beraber Valorant oynamak için. Kız olduğu zaman 15 tane adam sırada bekliyor amına koyayım. Hayvan oğlu hayvanlar ya. Normalde Valorant oynamak için 5 adam bulamıyorsun. Amouranth oynadığı zaman 25 adam bekliyor sırada. Aman abi biz de girelim sonra. Biz de karşıda oynarız.
Sen geç karşıya. Kemal abi karşıya.
So is the head the best place to shoot at?
Abi.
Headshot?
Adam kebabı yarıda bıraktı Amo ile oynamak için.
No, you have to wait range area.
Karşı takıma İngilizce bilen birisi gitsin. Bu ne Ayberk var.
Bro,
Is it the same effectiveness
playing
if I shoot him in
one-handed.
the other head?
It's a
Like
very
dick
unique
shot, or like,
technique.
no?
Oh my god, dick shot.
Big shot, no please. Emo,
Oh,
is it a joke
no,
or
it's not
something?
okay?
Huh?
Okay.
Karşıya
Big shot is so dangerous.
Bize İngilizce bilen lazım.
Sercan oynamıyor ki. Sercan bizi çevirir.
Sercan sen karşıya
Bunların arasında abaza olmayan bir kişi yok. Abi biliyorum. Türksün, Türk'ü çığırıyorsun. Abazasın yani. Bu kadar basit. Normal. Abazalık normal yani. Ya yapacak bir şey yok. O yani o bir parçası yani kültürün. Evet, default. Default yükleniyor. They're all making fun. Everyone's making fun of me in the chat saying that they're better. Kemal abası değil ya. Adam utanıyor şu anda resmen ekipten. Yapacak bir şey yok. Madem Türksün göster ürksün. Ha, Trabzonspor. Vay amına koyayım. Sen de abazasın o zaman, unlucky mi? Ulan Amerika'da yaşıyoruz, bizde abazalık kalmadı.
Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Hasan abi.
Kazanacağım. Hayvan ya herifler. Kazanacağım.
Hangi map oynayalım arkadaşlar?
Is Hasan abi is playing Valorant?
Is he?
No, I'm
I don't
good.
know.
Ben iyiyim, aman yok, siz oynayın abi, ben bakıyorum.
Bu da İngilizce konuşuyor adam.
Kanka kız
He's
üçlemesi
watching
oynuyor.
us.
Tokyo'da merkez üçlemesi oynasın mı?
Abi gelmek istemiyor adam zorlama ya.
Yok siz oynayın, siz oynayın, benimle alakam yok.
Ablacım sen bizim yayını nereden buldun ya?
Ya sus Jurox'u amına koyacağım şimdi. Yes.
Başlat Ayberk. Ayberk başlat odaları ayır.
Kanka sucuğu nerede başlatayım? Bahreyn'le mi
Cyber
başlatayım?
çıksana şeyden.
Beyler.
Bro, people are like, holy fuck, it's like a bunch of goblins just left their cave for the first time. Brother, you don't understand.
Are we
Okay.
waiting for the match to start?
I gotta, you don't understand. It's repressed, okay?
Ben kurt aldım.
They're very excited. Amouranth is an icon.
Londra nasıl?
Also, Amouranth is an icon, dude. She's an iconic, legendary
They're choosing
Turkish content creator. They're all joking for the most part.
The game Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Let's get it.
Londra far Amerika.
Ne diyorsun?
Hasan abi kazanacağım, meme senle aslında seninle alakası yok. Bak dedim meme diyorum devamlı.
Hello?
Sercan düştü.
Oh.
This is the rooms, Emo. This is
Uh-huh.
our Ayberk, Cyber.
Sercan düştün.
Hello?
Emo, I'm my
Banlan. Abi banlandım.
Ha-
I got some problem on Valorant. Let me fix.
Oh, okay. No worries. Wait, who is Hobbit ammo in here?
Ammo?
Another ammo? I
O bir demo.
I cosplayed a Hobbit.
Hasan abi kazanacağım. What?
Ne diyor? Sercan.
Wait, are you describing me because I'm short? Am I the Hobbit ammo?
Oh, Gaza scam.
Hayır oğlum bana sab oldun mu diyor hatırlıyorum diyor.
Is this it?
En son evet.
Hasan abi kazanacağım. Sap demiyor mu?
Zıplayınca bekle sabit bekle atla zıpla Ayber.
Kim kazandı? Kim kazandı? En son evet.
Hasan abi kazanacağım. Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Hobbit ammo. And I'm like,
Nereden
what?
çıktı ya şimdi?
Remember chat. Hasanabi means like Hasan, older brother Hasan. That's what's going on there.
Hobbit kabul etsene.
He's saying like, I'm gonna win Hasan abi.
Zıplayınca bekle sabit bekle. Gir oraya en son evet.
Hasan abi kazanacağım.
Zıplayınca bekle sabit bekle atla zıpla dur. Kim kazandı? Hasan abi kazandım. Ümidimen. O win gelecek.
Ümidi ne lan? Ümidi ne abi? Ümidi ne? Ümidi adı. Ha. Lakabı. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's Almancı ya. Ümidi Messi yazsana. Wantep is a VIP in your chat, lol. Yeah, he's Turkish. That's little bro. He's German, by the way, not Turkish. Bunu da kakalık başkasına. Globale rezil olmadığımız kalmıştı bir. Yok ben devamlı rezil ediyorum abi. Don't worry, I do this all the time. İsmi o abi, YouTube'da içerik üretiyor. Kanalın ismi de Ümidi. Okay, got it. Okay, all right. We did enough. I want to see how she plays.
I didn't try.
I just want to see how Amouranth plays, and then afterwards, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna go back to the fucking video that I was watching. We got a lot going on here. We got a Florida murder case, and we got a lot of Americans in here who want to see.
See you, Emo.
Bye. Thank you for helping.
Çık lan. Narrow, see you.
Baran siktir git.
Küfür öğretelim.
Link'ten oynayamayacak Hasan. Büyük ihtimalle.
Yeah, nice.
Ben yanlış kişi Ayberk. Ben değilim o.
Where are we going? I don't know what to do.
These are the sites.
Okay.
Split A to B. You have to defend the sites.
Bak. Benim modlara bak. Modlar bile biliyor. Türklerin Arap olduğunu söylemeyin. Biz Arap değiliz. That's a mod of mine saying that.
Emo.
Yeah.
Ben mi? O.
That's so funny. Biz Arap değiliz.
Skin attık ya.
Abi hani Türk modun yoktu? Yok abi, o Türk değil ki. Biliyor ama.
They're coming B.
They're coming?
Yeah.
Biliyor
Okay.
ama biliyor.
Come over here.
How do I run? Can I run?
There's
no sprint?
Just click W. Just click W.
Okay. Ooh.
Great job.
That's it. That's it. Easily.
Amına
Easily.
kodum.
Oğlum ağlıyordu.
Karşımızda böyle
What are all
oynamadınız.
these
Allah
things?
Great
belanızı
job.
Oh,
versin lan.
okay.
Well played.
job.
You killed Ali Chan.
Good job.
I don't think I did anything.
Ali daha W'ye basmayı bilmiyor, seni öldürdü ha.
Bunlar direkt vurduruyor ama.
I don't think I saw anybody.
Emo. Press B.
B?
And you can choose a gun.
Oh.
But you have first of all buy a armor.
Armor. Hey,
Have armor. Did you see?
Yeah,
Okay.
light armor is also good.
Okay.
Here. Amo.
They're coming A. Careful, they're coming from here.
Oh,
Come over here. Follow me.
okay.
Bak. Bak abaza ama. Gerçi abaza değil, Elif. Kız. Türk kızı bile böyle.
Great job.
Ölmek istiyorum. Bu yayın gerçek olamaz. I wanna die. This stream can't be
I
real.
don't know how to tell if I got any
Bu
shots.
çocukları VCT'ye koy, kazanırlar şu an.
Great job, Emo.
Okay.
Bir info veriyorlar İngilizce, çıldırırsın.
Masadayız. Evet. Masadayız abi.
Ben drop atayım istedim.
Masa biziz.
Ağros bu çocukları böyle oynuyordunuz da bizim oyunlarda niye oynamadınız?
Hep öyle oynadım.
Abi sana bir şey diyeyim. Manchester'da olsam
Oh, I
sırrına
found.
öyle dediğim.
They're not even telling her not to like
Your team
walk while she's
Somewhere.
shooting.
strong, Emo.
I feel like at this point they're no longer interested in teaching her. They just want to like show off.
All of them.
Oof.
Or
Like they're not telling her to shoot that thing.
Gel liste. Evet gel.
Emo.
They're not telling her to not run.
Geldim.
They are gonna rotate on B, I guess.
okay, I'm waiting. On mid, two mid.
Okay.
I don't know what the premise is still. I'm still confused on the objective.
İngilizceleri bitti çünkü.
They are playing like a suspicious.
Is it like Overwatch or what is the objective?
Objective is a spike.
The spike.
It's a bomb. Yeah.
Kartları globalde biz dağıtıyoruz çok şükür. İyi mi lan Türklerin Valorant takımı? Bak vuruyor. Vallahi vuruyor amına koyayım.
No.
Lan! Amouranth'ı öldürdünüz lan! Öldürmeyin lan!
Okay.
Hayvan
I'm used to
herifler.
Overwatch, I think. I'm used to like Tracer, but I can't
Yuh!
run while I shoot, I guess. I can't
Vurulur
run
mu
this
lan?
one.
Tövbe estağfurullah, inanamıyorum. Ayıp, ayıp. Vurulur. Acımadan vururlar abi.
Emo, you got a lot of money. Buy light armor.
Oh, in the game. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
but okay.
Nimete vurulur mu?
Should I buy
Oha.
heavy armor or should I do stick with light?
Oha.
What?
The enemy all
Never
chat
mind.
saying
Okay,
sorry.
well, whoops.
Haber gel.
What
This
is
is so
happening?
funny,
Can't see
dude.
anything. Oh my god, what was that? What the fuck?
They're coming gay.
Diğer oyuna Mia Malkova'yı çağırırlarsa ölürler zaten yani, onu söyleyeyim.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Mia Malkova'yı çağırırlarsa ölürler, onu söyleyeyim yani. Gerçekten yani oynayamazsın. Kan gitmez. Kan çekmez yani başka yere.
Ya ablacım benim o.
What's the idea? Reloading.
Emo, he's on there, he's on there.
Bak bak. They're pinging on the map that like she's gonna know what that means.
They're next was defending A and B side. They are coming for the plant bomb. Okay. Oh, they're coming to plant the bomb. Okay. Alright. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm new, chat. If you're just joining me, this is my first day ever. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Abi
Okay.
yabancıları kötüyorsun, Türkleri neden kötülüyorsun? Türkler görmemiş bir millet, sen de biliyorsun. Bunu Amerikalılara anlattın mı? Ulan arada sırada istemiyorum anlatmak ama çok zorluyorsunuz yani. İstemiyorum abi söylemek ama zorluyorsunuz yani. Tamam yeter, iyice yeterince. Okay, I watched enough of this. We're gonna get back to the murder mystery that we were watching, okay? Biraz da öv ya. Okay, we're gonna get back to utandı amına koyayım. All right, we're going to go back to this murder that is happening in Florida, where this wife killed her husband with this other dude. She then married. Okay. Abi Kemal'le bizi tanıttın sen abi. Ülkenin yüz karası. Utanma seviyeni söyler misin? 1'den 10'a kadar. 11 amına koyayım. All right. And you know, bye to the Turks. We're gonna continue on with this murder. Let's continue.
To know about the kidnapping incident. The only reason they are still questioning Denise is because they want to transition the conversation to discussing Mike Williams.
Erdoğan gitsin gelirim Türkiye'ye. Söyledim daha önce. Gittiği gün gelirim.
Not to be redundant, but I'm going to try and go through the story again and just try and get a little more detail on everything. So, car in general, do you usually lock it at night? Do you keep it unlocked?
Yeah,
or
I
something?
usually lock it.
Did you lock it last night?
I thought I did.
The detective goes through Denise's timeline of what happened earlier in the morning again. They are only doing this to establish further rapport and to build Denise's confidence that they are primarily concerned with the kidnapping.
With his dad calling you, saying that
I told the Turks I would go back to Turkey the moment that Erdogan is gone. So they're saying in 2023 he will lose his power in the upcoming election, July 23rd, 2023. You'll be back there. I promise. I'll go the next day.
would you be willing to do a control call to his dad to see if his dad says anything? Or to Brian
Also to the
himself?
Turks, if you follow me, you learn how to speak English. İngilizceyi çözdürürüz size abi. Dil dile değmeden dil öğrenilmez diyorlar ama burada Hasan abi de izlerken öğrenirsiniz yani dili.
Did you lock it last night?
I thought I did.
The detective goes through Denise's timeline of what happened earlier in the morning again. They are only doing this to establish further rapport and to build Denise's confidence that they are primarily concerned with the kidnapping.
With his dad calling you, saying that's odd, would you be willing to do a control call to his dad to see if his dad says anything? Or to Brian himself?
Denise will reject the idea of doing a controlled call with Brian or Brian's father, Marcus, because she's afraid that information related to Mike may be exposed during the phone call.
Oh my gosh. Brian's going to ask me immediately, where are you? Why are you not at work? So, and then his dad, I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say I'm at the sheriff's department.
All right. Well, as far as anybody asking where you're at, all you got to do is tell them you got to go somewhere by yourself and think.
Yeah. I really don't want to make contact with him. I mean, unless y'all think that it's necessary.
It would be rare to see the victim oppose a reasonable suggestion by law enforcement to further the investigation if the victim had nothing to hide. This is because there is no downside to a controlled call, but the obvious upside is to corroborate Denise's story. This could be used for Denise's benefit if Brian pleads not guilty to Denise's kidnapping accusation. The detectives notice Denise's unusual reasoning immediately, and this just furthers their suspicion of Denise.
Well, it's your option. If he told his dad what took place, and his dad is checking on you and expresses he explained it to him or whatever, then
I'm jahrein.
We've got that information that he's told somebody else. If he winds up sitting here having a conversation with you about it, that's just more evidence per se that corroborating your story about what took place.
I think Marcus is calling me just to set the conversation up because Brian really didn't want to tell his dad the details. He wanted to tell him that he reached rock bottom, stuff like that, but he didn't want to tell him the details because his dad is so upset about the mom, and he kept bringing that up, that they are going through that, so he didn't want to tell his dad. So I don't think calling his dad, I'm probably 100% sure he didn't tell him all the details. So it's not like Marcus would repeat them all back to me because it was going to take me going there and me basically making him do it. And the reason he would do that is because he would think I would call the divorce off and we would get back together in the end. Him calling me, he's just going to be, where are you? What are you doing? He's going to want to set up that meeting with Marcus. Oh my God, I don't know, because I don't want to make him more mad before he even finds out. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the audio is not low. You guys are fucking going
And
crazy.
the point would be to try to get him to say stuff. Like,
And to find out where he is. If he would wind up telling you, want to meet you prior to going there, and we can try to have people in that area whenever he arrives, not somewhere necessarily that he's at that second, but even if he did pull off the side of the road and said, I'm at Capitol Circle and pulling into the CVS, anything like that would give us an idea of where his location is, because FSU police already have the information, and we've got the information out. Our thing now is to locate him, check on his welfare. As you said, it would just be beneficial to locate him.
do you know? I mean, have y'all checked him at his work in the parking lot to see if he's there?
We've got people checking.
Because I think that's where he's at.
Well, just think
It's on the audio recording. The tapping is on the audio recording.
about it.
I'll think about it.
You can take a few minutes, and
Okay.
but one of our biggest goals is to be able to locate him.
Right. Well, and find out, if you can find out from those people if his truck is at work, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm really thinking that is there.
The detective's strategy is to bring in Officer David McCraney next. He happens to be Denise's brother-in-law, which makes him able to play the role of good cop effectively. His role is very nuanced in that he is there to make Denise feel protected while simultaneously highlighting how substantial of a threat Brian is to her safety. This is done in an attempt to get Denise to talk about Mike. Officer McCraney will make the argument that Brian is a threat and this kidnapping incident is not enough to put him away for good. But if Denise talks about what he did to Mike, Brian could be in prison for life.
All right.
Yeah, I've told this story a million times.
All right, I've done it a few more times. When did he pull out back of the car this morning?
I know you told them, and you told me a little bit.
When he was leaving. Yeah, I didn't know anything was back there. And he got his knees into the that seat and started pulling stuff out. And
in the very back.
That's where he was hiding. And so he pulled the backpack.
When she actually did the murder alongside her current husband, who she's now evading, she was at least smart enough to fucking have a lawyer present and got away with it scot-free. Which is really interesting because this time around, she's like not even remotely interested in it. Weird.
He pulled, it was loose stuff, like he pulled, you know what, he might have slept there last night and that's why she was there. I don't know how long he'd been there. But he pulled out a sheet that was like this color. And then he pulled out something else because it took him, it was heavy. So that's why I think it was some type of plastic. I'm pretty sure it was. Pulled all that out, shoved all that in this backpack, and then pulled something else out. And again, I don't know what it was. It was bigger than a hammer, wider than a hammer, but I don't know what it was. Put that in there, and then there was this bottle, like this big of like industrial bleach, like a bottle. And he pulled that out and put that in there. And then when he turned around and sat down, I said, "Where's the gun?" Because he was about to get out. And he goes, "Right here," and it was on the floor. And he picked it up, put that on top, and then zipped it up. And then unzipped a little tiny pocket that I could see that was right here and got his keys out.
He told you he was there to kill himself this morning.
He told me that he had nothing else to live for and that he wanted to kill himself. He told me that many times. He told me he bought the gun to kill himself because I said, "Where did you get this gun?" Because I've never seen a gun that you would kill people with. You know, he's just got the hunting guns. And he said, "I bought it to kill myself."
What do you think he brought all the other stuff for?
I have no idea. Because at one point I asked him, I said, "Did you really plan on today being the day that we would both die?" And he said, "Well, me." But then when I saw that other stuff, that doesn't make sense. So I don't know. That's what he said.
Healing gun versus killing gun. Duh.
He was going to kill you. And for whatever reason, he didn't go through with it. He brought that stuff because he was going to cover his tracks. And I'm sorry. You know that I love you. And I would never let anything happen to you. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat stuff. You did the right thing by calling me. But Denise, he was going to kill you.
Well, then when he finds out after 4 o'clock that there's a restraining order, he's going to know that I told him he's going to come for me.
Well, hopefully he'll kill himself and won't have to worry about it. Okay? He's had control over you for years and years and years. He has ruined your life. You and Deborah are the same age, but y'all sure don't look it.
What?
It has eaten at you and eaten
God
at you.
damn.
I couldn't say anything. I talked to Warren one time and said, "We need to talk to Denise," and he wouldn't do it. He said, "I'm just glad she didn't go crazy." Okay, but you've been living in a crazy life forever, and you finally had enough to get out. I know, Denise. He did it, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think you had anything ever whatsoever to do, but he held that over your head forever. And he was going to do it again. He wasn't going to kill himself, Denise. He was going to kill you so that you couldn't talk about him later. That is the truth.
Wait, this cop is the brother-in-law of her? So he's literally fucking alting and saying that like his brother was murdered by her and her current husband, and he's like, her actual brother. Is it her brother or the dead guy's brother? Oh, brother-in-law is in like her sister's husband. Got it. Her sister's husband.
It's too long. I've talked to everybody I know over the years for 15 years about how and what we could do.
It is a major
15 years ago, he walked in and told you he'd done something. Didn't he?
No.
Denise.
No.
You have got... He is just...
Wait, this is crazy. This fucking implicates the cop. So the fucking cop knew that his sister-in-law murdered someone straight up for like 15 years and didn't do anything about it. Or at least suspected. I mean, that's wild.
This is not going away. Okay, he's going to kill you. He's either going to kill himself because he's got no other avenue. But he's going to try and control you. He's going to try and stop people from talking about what he did. He didn't bring that crap to kill himself and bury himself. He brought it to kill you and bury you and get rid of the problem because he knows he's got a problem.
He didn't say any of that.
This is not how divorces go. What did he ever say to you back then?
Back then about Mike?
About Mike?
I never had any reason to believe that he would do that. I never would have believed.
Knowing what do you remember the time you went to Atlanta when you had a boyfriend up there and he showed up with a gun?
Yeah.
What makes you think he wouldn't do something like that?
I guess because, not now, but and obviously he loves the Lord. He was a Christian. That's why I married him. He was doing prison ministry. I was doing prison ministry. I had no reason, and I've never seen him like this. I've never seen him like
You
this.
saw him this way 14 years ago in Atlanta.
Not like this. This
I
was
understand.
different. This was very different.
All right.
This took it to
No.
a whole nother.
Knowing what you know over 15 years, do you think he would do something like that? Knowing what you know now? Because it took me a long time to wrap my eyes. I said, no. Knowing what you know now.
Even after today, even after everything that he said to me today, I do not believe, I don't. And I don't believe he was there to hurt me. He said over and over, I want to kill myself. I don't want to leave. I'm so miserable. I have nothing to live for.
He's brought plastic and implement to bury you. And you think he would hurt you?
I guess I can't believe it. And he didn't say, he had the gun on me, but he didn't say, well, he said he was going to hurt me.
Right.
He didn't say that. He screamed that. Yeah.
We can't put it back in the bottle.
No.
Okay. And there's no amount of counseling that's going to help him. He was never normal. He's never going to return to whatever he was. The only thing that's going to work now is you testify and he goes to prison, and he goes to prison for a lengthy period of time. And maybe it's 5, 10, 15 years, but at some point he may get back out. Okay? If he kills himself, well, problem solved. But you can't, I believe he had something to do with Mike. I absolutely believe it.
I do not, but this, what you're talking about, has nothing to do with tonight.
The way Denise is protecting Brian in this way is what makes this interrogation so fascinating. Her ideal outcome is Brian going to jail, but only for the kidnapping. She does not want Brian to be punished for Mike's murder because she's afraid she will get dragged into it because Brian would likely confess to her role. But prison is prison, and one would think it would be a fairly misguided move to attempt imprisoning someone who shares your...
I low-key don't understand how they could use the brother-in-law in this way, by the way. It's clear that she did it. We know that already, right? But I actually don't understand how in a Florida fucking system, in the Florida criminal justice system, you just have the brother-in-law of the perpetrator have a one-on-one frank conversation where he's literally guiding her to reveal testimony. I don't understand how the fuck this would hold up in court. It makes no fucking sense. He just straight up is like, come on. He did it. You know he did it. It's like, bro, what do you mean? You can't. Can you say that? I know a lot of people were making it seem as though that's allowed, but I don't think that's allowed, man. It's super leading. I guess you can pretty much do anything in these sorts of situations, but adequate lawyers would just rip that testimony apart. You can technically do anything. You can lie. Legally, you can lie in these sorts of circumstances. But, yeah, I don't know.
Your dark secret. The risk is obvious, but Denise, while having demonstrated the ability to think quickly on her feet, has...
This is somehow worse than that,
questionable logic.
Tonight is what I'm worried about. When I go file this thing,
everything.
He's going to know.
Well, he's going to know no matter what, because he's going to jail today if we find him. Until we find him, do you think you're in danger?
Yeah.
Do you think Hansley's in danger?
Yeah.
Do you think Johnny's in danger?
I don't know, but Stafford and me and Ansley, yeah.
How come?
Because he's driving around with a gun.
He only wants to hurt himself. He wouldn't hurt any of them, would he?
He wants me to stop the divorce. That's what he kept saying. I have nothing to live for if you fall through with this. I have nothing to live for.
But it's not like you're going to get back together.
Well, that's what he wants. And that's pretty much what I didn't say that, but I pretty much had to say, we'll meet with Marcus. I didn't say at the beginning, I said, this could be your rock bottom. This could be, all that. I said all that. I didn't say I would call off the divorce.
I believe you know enough about. He said something, you alluded to something. Why not, with his money and his youth, move on to something else? What is so important about keeping Denise?
Which he has. Because
I think he's afraid you're going to say something that he has said in the past. And this, by being married to you, is the only way he can keep control of that. Even if it's a little something. He has said something to you, Denise, at some point about.
Well, then I would really have to. Think about it. He is threatened. I stayed with him so long before we separated because he would threaten suicide all the time, and he knew that would get me, and it got me every time. So he's been threatening suicide for over 5 years. I think people that threaten suicide don't do it. So I don't think he's going to do it. If he would have done it today, if he was.
He wasn't there to kill himself today. Denise.
I can't accept
Ansley would have
that.
had no mother and no father.
I just can't.
What do you think he was there to do?
What he said, which was he wants to talk me out of the divorce. That's what he kept saying, screaming.
He was not there to kill himself. The threat to kill myself was to get you to do what he wanted you to do. He's so crazy that he believed you. He believed you wouldn't tell anybody that he kidnapped you.
I promised him.
I know.
That's
how crazy he is. Are you kidding me? You say anything, you did it right. You handled it perfectly. You should never do what he says. Fight for your life. You go to a public place, and you got him to calm down.
There, but I'm scared to death for tonight.
You stay with us. He doesn't know.
And there's a lady that said we were going to file a restraining order today, but I don't even know what time it is. I don't know if we were. It's almost 3. I don't know how long that takes. I don't know that process.
It doesn't take long. It'll be easy to do.
Do you think that I'll get it?
Yeah, you'll get it. It's a piece, but it's a piece of paper.
I know. And then then they go show him.
They're gonna arrest him for kidnapping this morning.
And that's going to be the charge.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know all the details. All I get is that little bit you gave me, and from what you told me, that's what it sounds like. It could be something a little bit different.
I don't know.
But it's domestic, so it's going to be very serious from a judge. He's not going to get out anytime in the next day or two to see a judge. But at some point, we got to bank on he is going to get out.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I didn't want to come.
What other choice do you have?
I guess I was hoping Marcus was going to solve it all.
Marcus got so much on his plate. Just like I say, if he's already cut him off, then maybe he finally realizes that it's time to quit helping him.
But I need to tell my attorney.
She killed her OG husband 16 years prior.
But yeah. So finish that sentence. You said so he will probably get arrested and then he'll get out in a couple days. Then what?
They'll end up. The state attorney will file the charges against him for whatever they end up. The charge is, and then it'll drag out for some time. It won't be quick.
Oh, right, but during all that time, what about me? What about Ansley?
That's right, and that's why you have to go through with it. They may do electronic monitoring on him. I mean, they may put a big enough bond, but he's never been in trouble.
No.
They put a bond. A bond just means a promise to show up at court. It doesn't mean that I can't go out and kill you.
Right.
Okay.
Again,
the fact that you listened or didn't listen to him and drove to CVS probably saved your life. If you'd gone where you wanted to go and there was no one around, I don't think you could have talked him out of it.
It was just in
and
my
they shot
head.
you and buried you somewhere, and you would have never been found.
It was just in my head to get to CVS. I was like, I had to get to CVS. It was so weird.
To me, him bringing those things, hiding in the car,
Mm-hmm.
directing you,
Mm-hmm.
he had it thought out.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Okay, and I know I keep telling you about it, but I'm telling you, he killed Mike. And he did it for you because he wanted you. And I know that's hard, and I know it hurts. But by God, I'm telling you, that's what happened.
Bro, what the
How old was
fuck?
Ainsley then?
That's a crazy thing to say as a detective is personally related to the perpetrator. Right now is a victim. For those of you who are just tuning in, who's like completely confused about what's going on here, this is an interrogation that a detective is conducting on his own sister-in-law. Okay? This woman was married to a man 15 years ago and was friends with another guy who was a life insurance salesman. They took out an additional life insurance policy on her husband, and instead of like dealing with it the normal way through divorce court, they fucking murdered him on a boating expedition. Okay? And she got away with it. And then her and her lover got married, but now her lover and her are about to get divorced. And the new lover who originally murdered the husband tries to kidnap her, according to her testimony, with a gun. She immediately goes to the police, but this cop right here that she's talking to is like using this opportunity right now to uncover details about the 15-year-old cold case. This detective talking to her is married to this woman's sister.
Huh?
A baby.
Not even a year. He didn't care. I saw Deborah and I saw Mike the night before with Ansley at the mall. And that's the last time I ever saw him. He didn't care about you. He didn't care about Ansley. He only cares about himself. He made Mike disappear, and he was going to make you disappear today. And you have got to get that in your head. You don't ever have to tell me or anybody else about it, but at some point it needs to come out because he did it. I am telling you. I don't think you had anything to do with it, but he held that over you, and I'm sure at some point he told you something. And I'm not trying to get you in trouble because I don't think you did anything, Denise. But I'm telling you, he killed Mike, and he was going to kill you and make you go away. You need to hear that, and you need to hear it a lot. You were going to die today. You got lucky. Okay? Next time, it might be he catches Ansley and you, and he kills Ansley in front of you just to hurt you. And if you think he's not capable of that, think about the man who brought something to bury you with, who brought plastic, who brought bleach to cover his tracks. Why doesn't it make sense? He's nuts. He killed your husband.
But if he is nuts, that crazy, then again, I can't have an officer live with me 24/7. I can't. I'm not safe.
He goes to prison for murder. You'll never see him again. He killed Mike. And he buried Mike where no one could ever find him. That is the truth. I'm wondering if he was taking you to the same place today that he buried Mike, because he's done it before. You have to wrap your mind around it, Denise. That is
okay, he's going way too hard. She's like crying now. He's pushing too much. He went above and beyond. He needs to dial it back ASAP, okay?
He has done, and he's willing to do it again. He is going to kill you. And what we're talking about, Denise, I would never tell Deborah or your mom or anybody. This is just me and you. I swear I would never tell them. But were you sleeping with Brian the day that Mike disappeared?
No.
It didn't happen until later?
No. Yeah.
Well,
oh, that's a lie. That's a lie.
You wanted to.
Come on. Come on. No, yeah. I mean, I would never. Cap!
I can't even imagine. And I've never seen a person like this today.
You saw him in Atlanta. He's
Aversion.
against the wall.
Aversion.
Right.
Yeah, aversion.
And that was pretty
You're
early
right.
on.
You're right. And this is why I didn't want to do it this way. This is why I didn't want to set him off and make him mad. And coming here, he knows he can't trust me because I promised him over and over I wouldn't do this. And that's why I
To save
didn't
your
want to do
life.
this.
Because
Yes.
you knew he would kill you.
Yeah. Well, to get out of the situation, yeah, I mean, there was a gun there.
Years ago when Mike Phillips and those guys at FTLE wanted to talk to you and Brian, y'all went and talk to him, why not?
I talked to Mike. I talked to Mike.
But they wanted you to come in and do an interview, and y'all didn't do it.
We did 2 interviews. We did interviews with like not local people. It was like federal people. I did one, he did one, and I think we did another one. But it was always in an attorney's office, and I don't remember. Mike Phillips came to my house one time, and I talked with him there. But the official one.
Hassan even hates on detectives doing a good job. Bad faith actor. Wait, what? Brother, she's in the wrong. She's a murderer, okay? But like, this is a wild way to interrogate a suspect. The fuck do you mean bad faith? This isn't just a detective, brother. This isn't just a detective. This is a person who is directly related to the suspect. Do you want to teach me how to play Valorant and speak Turkish? Amouranth. I'm not very good. What happened to all the Turks? Yeah. Motherfuckers don't like Hassan and will sit here watching his entire stream looking for shit to call out. Is so fucking funny. Yeah, but the beautiful part about that is half the time they then like decide that they start to like me and are no longer like assholes after a while. Amouranth, DM me. I think we're friends, aren't we? Rookie hole filled with nonchalance, dude.
Ones were with federal people, and it was more than one.
With a lawyer.
At an attorney's office, and they recorded it all. From what I remember.
Your attorney or Brian's attorney?
Well, I mean, he's an attorney who is friends with.
You said Twitter? No, I DM'd you on. I DM you on Discord. Here, I accepted your friend request, and I DM'd you on Discord.
Who set up the meeting.